Okay, let me unmute you all first, and please be on muted in case you don't have any question, guys, or else it will create disturbance, a lot of disturbance. Okay. So guys, before we jump into the session, first of all, let me introduce about myself. So my name is Raji and I'm having 12 years of experience in IT industry, where I have been working on Hadoop from past 4 to 5 years, and I have been giving trainings to H2K Infosys and few other companies, institutes and consultancies as well. So, and I'm associated with H2K from around 2.5 years. Okay, right now I'm working in a company called as Google. There I was working as a technical architect. So this is what more about myself, guys. I used to work, and apart from that, I'm a freelancer. So I used to roam here and there as well, depending on the requirements or the trainings and all that also. So a quick introduction about myself. This is all about, guys. So, friends, can I have a quick introduction about yourselves as well before I jump into the session and introduce you about H2K Infosys and about Big Data and Hadoop also? I think it will help me a lot down the line. If you are not able to speak out, probably, guys, you can type it on the chat window as well. Hey, hi Sri Selja. Okay, not a problem, guys. No problem, no worries. We can have the introduction sessions once we are done with the registrations and start the actual sessions also. Okay, thank you, Sailaja. Thank you very much for your response. So you don't have any experience, is it on IT or is it to... Okay, you just finished your QA course. Very good, very good. So got it. Okay, great. So, welcome to the IT world as well, and welcome to the Hadoop one which you have uh, preferred to build your career in. I think it is really good choice at this moment. Hi, Sarah. Okay, great. So, you guys are very much, knowing about H2K. Great, good, good. You have done your masters in computer management. Very good. Good to hear. Okay. What about Deepthi and Jayalakshmi? Guys, can I have a quick intro of yourselves also? Now looking for jobs in QA. Very good, Sarah. Very good. All the best for you. No problem. You're welcome. Hi, Jaya. Hello. I think you're connected to the audio as well. You can speak out, Jaya. No issues. Recently got H1B, trying to get into big data as a career change. Thank you, Dipti. Thank you very much for your intro and welcome to H2K. Definitely, you can have a very good career in big data and Hadoop world. This is the right choice. And This is the right time even. Okay, friends. Okay, trying to start a career in big data. Yes, we will discuss all about what is big data, how it is related to Hadoop, what are the things we are going to learn, all that stuff we will see that. Yes, it is not related to testing, Sarah. It's altogether a different world. Yeah. Okay, friends, thank you very much for your responses and your brief introductions. And definitely, I will keep a note of your backgrounds as well and try to explain you the contents very much related with your knowledge also, so that you can grasp the things immediately. So I'm taking 5 more minutes of your time to introduce about H2K. I think few of them know about it, but for few of them, let me go through one or two slides to get some details on H2K emphasis. Okay. So H2K Infosys is a e-verified company which is headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia, which provides 100% job-oriented, instructor-led face-to-face online trainings. So we try to cover in-depth syllabus with all the latest technologies such as Hadoop, of course, and provide uh, test lab to practice, recorded class videos for lifetime access. And once we are done with all the course content, our support team will help you in providing mock interviews, group discussions, and few resume preparations and techniques as well. So H2K is very much strong in helping you in almost all the areas of your IT, and guys, believe me, they will help you a lot in getting into IT world, whoever is trying to switch over towards Hadoop. So that's the reason we say it is a recruitment driven job placement assisted institute as well. And H2K Infosys is located in almost all parts of the world, such as North America, South America, Asia, Europe, and Africa as well. So we are playing a major role in almost all the parts, guys. And apart from that, H2K Infosys provides world-class services in IT trainings with real-time projects for corporates as well as individuals also. So corporates, even when they are performing small kind of POCs and all that stuff, H2K use it to help them a lot in terms of infrastructure, or maybe in terms of technical support, in terms of the students, etc., etc. And also we provide special IT training for MS trainings who are for the students located in US, and we play a major role in almost all parts of the IT world, such as software design, development, QA manual, and automation, performance testing, and maintenance, guys. So here are a few important instructions you guys have to go through while attending the sessions, guys. I'm not really going through all these things, but one request from our end is please be on mute so that it will not disturb other students. In case if you have a question, probably friends, type it on the chat window and I will take all your questions once we are done with the session. Probably the last 15 minutes or 20 minutes or even more than that, in case your questions are not yet cleared. Okay, but definitely friends, trust me, we are going to have a deep dive discussion with every one of you for all your questions and queries. Okay, but at this moment we request you to be on mute. Okay, so coming to the agenda of the session, guys, introducing faculty to the participant and a brief introduction from the participants. I hope we are done with that. And also we are done with introducing H2K Infosys, of course, on a very high level. I haven't really explained you all the areas where H2K Infosys is playing a major role because we are running out of time. So coming to the actual part of the session, we would be dealing about what is big data, why we are talking about this big data, and in real time world when we are generating this big data. Okay, So guys, I know everybody might be hearing about this big data and Hadoop words. These are becoming like buzzwords, right? In almost all the areas of your city, and even though you go to any institute, you will be seeing all this stuff. Why these days people are talking about big data. So my aim is to help you to understand how big data is playing a major role at least in the next 5 to 10 years on the IT market. At least 10 years guys, that is what our expectation is about. It's really going to play a major role in IT companies. So, friends, whenever we start learning about a new concept, few questions that would be coming into our mind is what is that about, why we need to learn about it, and in real time world when we are going to face that, right? Guys, just give me a second. Sorry. Sorry, guys. So, what is big data, friends? So, before I explain you big data, can anyone tell me what is data? Can anyone define me? Probably in one line statement or maybe even more. What is data? So collection of information. So Sri Sailaja, can you just check whether you are connected to your audio and you have a proper internet speed? Okay, low volume. So increase your volume once. Just make sure you have connected to the audio properly with proper volume. Okay, very good, Sarah. So it is nothing but collection of information. Right. So data is nothing but collection of information which is stored at some location on your machine. So it might be on your RAM or hard disk or wherever it might be, right? So it's nothing but some collection of information. Now, what is big data? As the name itself is telling you, big data is nothing but collection of huge volumes of data. When I say huge volumes, it is really bigger volumes of data in terms of terabytes, betabytes, and zettabytes also. So what is the problem with this big data? So definitely one single machine cannot hold petabytes or zettabytes of information, and it may not be able to process that also, right? So why this big data? Why we are talking about this these days, especially why? Let's see. So guys, if you observe this diagram, there is a small graph here, I mean a small diagram shown here, like since the beginning of time we have generated only 10% of data, and really in the last 2 years we have generated almost 90% of the data, which means 1 is to 9 ratio. So only in the last 2 years we have generated really huge volumes of data as of today compared to as of today, right? So what is the reason behind it? And if you observe this diagram more carefully, you could find Facebook, Twitter, mobile, and few other symbols also, right? So let us see how these things are related to the big data what we are talking right now. So why big data needs your attention? So guys, as per IDC market, so International Data Center, so it's like a place where they use it to collect all the IT industry market statistics about each of the technology, how it is performing in the real world, all those things your IDC market would be collecting. So as per them, big data market would be around 2000 around $24 billion by end of 2016, and it would create around 4.5 million jobs by 2015, end of 2015. And as of today, friends, there is a shortage of around 20,000 big data professionals, and that too only in United States alone. So with this you can just imagine how how much of shortage is there along the worldwide for big data professionals, and that's the reason people have been dragged into companies even they have very minimal knowledge on big data, because it is still really in the initial stages. So friends, all these things are definitely a good news for all of us, right? Okay, so let's try to understand few of the characteristics of big data, and with that we can very much define big data. Okay, so there are three major characteristics of big data. One is volume, second one is variety, and third one is velocity. So let's try to understand each and everything. Okay, so first one is about volume. So let me explain you about one. I hope everybody knows about Facebook, right guys? Am I correct? Everybody might be having a Facebook account and you might be playing with it on a daily basis or maybe even on hourly basis also, right? So if you try to analyze Facebook, Facebook alone is generating 10 terabytes of data every minute. On a worldwide, Facebook is generating 10 terabytes of data every minute. So just imagine guys, how much huge volume of data your Facebook is generating per day worldwide, right? Similarly, even if you take Google Plus on Twitter or maybe LinkedIn, all these are our social networking sites, right? Social networking or professional networking sites, etc., etc. So all these areas, we are generating huge volumes of data in terms of petabytes and zettabytes, and our current traditional systems are not able to hold these huge volumes of data, and even though at any cost if they are holding it, they are really not able to process the data in timely manner. So that is one of the real problem people are facing as of today in terms of volume. And not only social networking sites, friends, we have many other areas like stock market, telecom industry, medical industry, banking, etc., etc. Suppose if you take stock market, there you would be collecting all the stock information every second or maybe even less than that. And suppose if you go to telecom industry, suppose you went to Verizon and you are asking about your 30-year history of data, like what are the calls you made, what are the different plans you have opted for, and how much billing system, how many numbers you have dialed in, etc., etc. If you ask for the report for maybe 30 to 40 years of history, definitely they may not be able to provide you, because their systems are not capable enough of holding all that information. So the problem statement here is, if I put it down, initially people use it to generate data in gigabytes. Slowly, people started generating data in terabytes, which is quite huge, right? And in few areas, even we are generating petabytes of data also. So, very huge. And definitely down the line, maybe at least within 6 months itself, we would be generating zettabytes of data also, which is really huge, and it's kind of a challenge for us on how to process this zettabytes of data. And altogether, friends, if I put down these scenarios in the form of a graph, our data is slowly generating on huger volumes day by day, and the amount of volume we are able to store is going in this way. So your data is going like this, and volume of data you are able to store of data we are able to store is going like this, which means slowly there is a huge gap that is getting generated, which says that we are losing lot of valuable information, right? So Deepthi, coming to your question, it is intended to store and process. It has both the capabilities. Okay. So this is what all your volume, the first dimension of big data is about. Now coming to the second one, which is variety. So again, variety of data can be characterized into three types: structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data. So everything has its own dimension. So what is structured data? So structured data is nothing but, guys, all your tables which is in the rows, in the form of rows and columns, or maybe any file which has some particular fixed schema with a proper delimiter, etc., etc. So all that kind of information would be coming in structured data. So more human readable format of data is called as structured data. And coming to the semi-structured, all your log files, emails, blogs will come under semi-structured data. Suppose you logged into Amazon website, browsed it, some n number of pages, and you logged off. So all that information will be stored in your machine in the form of logs, right? On your web servers, it will be stored in the form of logs. So those kind of informations are called as semi-structured data. And the more complex one is about unstructured data, which is images, audio files, video files, etc., etc. So suppose even we are responsible for generating these kinds of data, right? So when you log into Facebook, you will post groupies, selfies, or any interesting videos, all those things. So in other words, even, guys, we are also responsible for generating unstructured data, structured data, semi-structured data. uh, we are also a cause of big data, right? So even we are playing a role, right? Good, good. Okay. So this is all about variety of data. And coming to the third characteristic or third dimension of big data is about velocity. So all these areas, friends, almost we are generating huge volumes of data with great velocity also. Suppose if you take astronomy, there you would be taking night pictures of the sky, right? Every second or maybe every millisecond, scientists use it to take millions of pictures of the night sky in order to analyze it or do some report generation or any kind of it, right? So there, which means you are generating huge volumes of data even with great velocity. So handling velocity is also one of the dimension of big data. So friends, let us talk a you know a brief history of Hadoop, at least for 5 minutes or something. So this will give you a picture of how it is developed, or what's the reason behind it, and all that stuff. So one thing we have to remember, friends, is Hadoop is not a one day or single shot developed. So there were two friends actually called as Doc Cutting and Mike Efrilla, who were working in a company called as Nutch in around 2002 time frame, and they were working on this big data and processing these huge volumes of data, etc., etc. And while they are performing their experiments, Google has published two of their white papers called as Google File System and MapReduce in around 2003 time frame. And they thought like, okay, why can't we introduce these two white papers into our company and start analyzing it? And that's how in 2004 they have added these two supports into their company and slowly started performing experiments on them. And in around 2006 time frame, Yahoo has smelled that there is something coming out down the line, definitely, and this guy is going to play a major role, a very intelligent company. So they have hired docketing, and they had given a new name to this technology called as Hadoop. Okay, and from this time onwards, slowly people started knowing more about this, and everybody started working on these technologies. And that's the reason in 2008 time frame Facebook has launched a new ecosystem on top of Hadoop, which is named as Hive, which will help you in giving SQL support on top of your Hadoop systems. And in the same time frame, guys, a new company called as Cloudera was founded. So Jock Cutting has joined Cloudera in 2009, and he has submitted his white papers on Hadoop with 750 attendees. And from that time onwards, guys, Hadoop has coming to picture, and everybody started using Hadoop, and they were able to see the real beauty of the system into their companies. So from that time frame onwards, guys, there are n number of versions that were introduced on Hadoop, and every day there is a lot of changes that were happening at this Hadoop world. So guys, this is all about your history of Hadoop. So they started struggling on 2002 time frame, and they were able to give a good shape by end of 2009. Okay, so now let us try to understand how your traditional approach looks like and how it is different with your big data approach, or maybe your Hadoop approaches. Okay, so when it comes to traditional systems, majorly you would be performing three operations, right? Extract, transform, and load. Friends, are you able to hear me properly? Am I audible to you all, guys? Sometimes it's breaking. Guys, as it is a demo, so there is some disturbances. Let me see if everybody is on mute or not. So as it is a demo session, people would be slowly joining and joining. So that's the reason most of the times we might get few disturbances also. But no worries, guys. Once we freeze the batch and start the session, we would be getting other links where we would be having a proper audio and videos also. But however, in case if you're not able to follow me, just let me know. I mean, I have no problem in repeating that particular slide. Okay. So the reason is, I mean, people will go on adding and dropping off. So all those fluctuations would be there. I understand. Is that fine, guys? Are you able to follow me at least? Okay, better. Great. Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah. Let me see if everybody is on mute. Yep. Okay, let's move on. So the three major operations we would be performing is extraction, which means, suppose if you see this diagram on the right hand side, it will explain you how your traditional approaches looks like. So you would be getting data from different input sources such as CRM, SCM, any third party vendor or any legacy systems. So from all those input sources, you would be extracting the data and then transform your data, in the sense you will apply all kind of normalization techniques, acid properties, referential integrities, etc., apply all of them, and finally load that information into your data warehouses or maybe databases or whatever it might be. And on top of it, you can perform any kind of BI tools in order to generate reports, etc. So this is what your traditional approach looks like. Right, friends? And now, when it comes to your Hadoop systems, you would be getting data from different sources, of course, and those sources can generate structured data, semi-structured data, or unstructured data. Pull or extract all that information and load the raw data into your Hadoop systems, and inside your Hadoop systems apply all your transformations and finally generate the results. So it's nothing but your raw data is loaded into your Hadoop systems, where you would be performing all your transformations internally of your internal to your Hadoop systems by writing any of your programs, etc. Okay. So, few points to remember, guys, with the difference between RDBMS and Hadoop systems. So, the major differences, or maybe even I can say as advantages of Hadoop, or in Hadoop, we can use commodity hardware, which means a normal configured machine. In the sense, even our laptops can also become a part of your Hadoop cluster, whereas in your traditional databases, you need specialized hardwares and also specialized softwares, whereas our Hadoop can be an open source software, which means even we can download it from the internet and start playing with Hadoop. So there is no license to buy this particular product, guys. So definitely these are two areas where companies are saving billions and billions of dollars. And Hadoop does not require any data model. So you can just dump the raw data into your Hadoop systems and start playing with it. Whereas your traditional databases follow rigid data models and it will support only structured databases, right? Whereas Hadoop allows all kind of data types, right? We have seen you can process structured data, semi-structured, unstructured, everything. And one more important point is Hadoop can linearly scale from 1 to 1000 servers. Hello, guys, are you with me? Are you able to follow me? Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you, Sri Sailaja, Simon. Okay, yep. Thank you very much. But in case if you are not able to follow, just let me know. I will repeat that part, okay? So, okay, Hadoop can linearly scale from 1 to n number of machines. So today, let's say I'm dealing with 10 terabytes of data and I have two machines. Tomorrow, I'm expecting 5 more terabytes, and in that case, I can introduce one more machine into my cluster so that it can handle those extra volumes of data, whereas adding up of new machines or deleting few machines from your traditional databases is not that easy. So guys, all these points will make the difference between traditional databases and Hadoop, and also makes the advantages of your Hadoop systems over traditional databases. Alright, so guys, this is how your physical Hadoop cluster looks like. So when I say cluster, it is nothing but collection of machines stored together one location. So let me take a screen snap of this. So friends, this is how all together is called as a cluster. And inside a cluster, you will have multiple racks. So a cluster consists of multiple racks. Okay, so which means each of this is nothing but a rack here. So this is a rack, and again this one is a rack. So all these racks together will make up a cluster, and inside a rack you will have multiple machines. So this is the hierarchy, guys. A cluster consists of multiple racks, and each rack consists of multiple machines. So these blue diagrams are nothing but your machines, friends. So all your machines are collected together and stored in a single rack, and all these machines will be tied together across the network. So friends, this is how your cluster will look like physically. So coming to the hardware configuration, so friends, if you want to install Hadoop on your machines, these are few things you should be having so that you can start playing with it. First thing is you at least need a 4 GB of RAM if it is a 64-bit processor machine, or if it is a 32-bit processor machine, guys, you need at least 2 GB of RAM. And I hope everybody is having Windows as their operating system. And if that is the case, you need a software called as VMware Player so that you can install multiple operating systems on your machine, because the reason is Hadoop goes well with Linux operating systems. So it might be Ubuntu, CentOS, Red Hat, or whatever it might be. So Hadoop is built and made to work with Linux systems. Of course, you can have it on Windows also, but you can see the real performance of Hadoop on your Linux machines. Okay. So guys, these are the various companies where they are regularly using big data Hadoop. I mean, this is kind of a clipping took a long back, and if you take today, friends, almost all the companies are using this big data and Hadoop systems. At least on a major wide, we know Cloudera, Mapr, Hottenworks, each one dealing with Hadoop systems by coming up with their own distributions also. And apart from that, we have IBM, Greenplum, Netessa, Astrodata, Microsoft, etc., etc. So almost in all the companies, guys, we people started working on Hadoop, and they were able to see the beauty of it, and they were in the process of replacing all their traditional systems also. So any questions, guys? So I'm done with the session. So just do let me know in case you have any question, okay? Let me do one thing. I will unmute you all so that you can go ahead and speak out in case you have any questions, okay? And anyways, friends, you have the control at your end also. You can unmute yourselves and speak out. But friends, in case if you don't have a question, please be on mute, or else it will create lot of disturbance.
Hi, I'm Jaya here.
Hey Jaya, yeah.
Yeah, I have a question. Do we have to know any software programming
Hey, Java,
in order to?
Jay Lakshmi, I think you are far away from your mic. So, can you be a bit more louder and nearer to your mic?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Better, go ahead.
Yeah. So what kind of software language should I know to work on Hadoop?
So, coming to the software, guys, there are many parts of Hadoop ecosystem. So, actually, I thought of explaining you these things in the next session, but however, no problem. So, when it comes to Hadoop ecosystem, we are going to deal with HDFS, MapReduce, Peak, Hive, HBase, Scoop, Flume, etc. Okay, so when it comes to MapReduce and all that, you need to know core Java, guys. A little bit knowledge of core Java will help you a lot in writing your MapReduce programs. And now, when it comes to Pig, Pig has its own language called as Pig Latin. So you are going to write all your programs in Pig Latin. And now when it comes to Hive, There you have a SQL kind of language called as HQL, Hive Query Language. And this one also, it has own set of commands to deal with the data. So each of the ecosystem has its own way to process the data, guys. So, but as per our course content, these are the topics we are going to cover, and to understand these topics, these are the languages that would be supporting us. Okay, are you clear, Jaya?
Yes. And will you be giving any information
Hey,
about
Jaya,
core
be
Java?
louder, be louder.
Yeah. Will core Java also be covered with this course?
I think H2K is providing you core Java course content and details also. Whoever is opted for Hadoop. But however, guys, I'm not sure about it because it's all H2K dealing about core Java. So myself, I'm concentrating on explaining Hadoop concepts, all these Hadoop concepts. But please
Okay.
have a talk with them. I think they will help you in providing core Java details also.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep, welcome. So, any other questions, friends? Did you missed out any concept or did I skip any of your questions? Anything else, guys? The reason why I'm asking you again and again is I just don't want to miss any of your questions. That's it. I mean, you guys should be confident enough that you are a bit clear about. Anyways, this is a demo session. We are not covering any in-depth concepts. So at least I am expecting that you remember few names by end of this session. That's it. That is my target for today.
Raji, this is Kasi from New York.
Hey, hi Kasi.
Yeah. Do we have class tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I'm not sure. Hopefully, no. But please drop a
Okay.
mail because they will explain you about the schedules, the timings, everything.
Okay.
But
They
as
just
far
send
as
a
my
mail
knowledge,
regarding.
probably tomorrow we will not be having a session.
Okay.
Hey, I think you are saying something.
No, this is a demo class. That's what I got a mail from them. But actual schedule will start from next week, or
Hopefully from mid of next week we are going to start the session. But all the schedules, H2K is going to take care of that once we are done with the enrollments and everything. But definitely, you can just have a word with them, Kasi.
okay. Okay. Thank you.
Sure, welcome. But guys, no worries. 95% you will not be having a session tomorrow. But don't assume the things. Please clear all your questions about the schedules with H2K right away. Okay. Anything else, guys? Are we clear about all the concepts? No more questions? Okay, great. Seems everybody is fine then. Thank you all, guys. Thank you very much for joining the session. And I think we can wind up for today in case if we don't have any queries. But let me know, guys, in case if you have anything. Hi, Simon. Yep. Do you provide job assistance, resume, and interview preparation of the course? Yes, Simon. H2K is providing you all these apart from providing the course also. Yes, they will help you in all these areas. No problem, no problem.
Hi Raji, Kasi again. How old is this technology? Is like from when the company started using this?
Uh, from around 2008 time frame, people started working. Installing Hadoop in their companies, playing with Hadoop and all that. Around 2008
Okay,
and 2008 or 2009, at max 2009, not more than that.
okay. So we can put at least 2 3 years experience, right?
Yes, guys. Uh, 2 years is an ideal time. If you go for three, probably you will get. A kind of a deep dive questions in your interviews. So play a safe game. You should be,
Okay,
intelligent enough in your
right.
interviews. So 2 years would be an ideal time.
Yeah, I'm working in mainframe for last 14 years. I
Wow.
want to shift from, yeah, I want
Very
to
good,
shift
very
from
good. So
mainframe.
you know COBOL, JCL, GVQ, RX, etc.,
Yeah,
etc.,
go on.
right?
Right. I worked in Java, C++, COBOL, GCL, all these things.
Oh, very good, very good. So multi-talented person. Wow. Good to hear, good to hear.
So, yeah, can we replace the traditional databases like DB2 or Oracle with this Hadoop?
Yes, we can replace. When your databases are out of their capacities, definitely people will look out for these Hadoop systems.
But we cannot update the database, right? Hadoop database. This is just
So Hadoop is
write
not
one.
really a database, it is a file system, yes. With the basic concepts of your Hadoop, you are not able to update it. And that's the reason people have come up with these kind of ecosystems such as HBase, Cassandra,
Hmm, okay.
MongoDB, etc., etc., where you
So
can
that
perform all these update operations, any kind of database operations you can perform here. Not really an database like the ones which we use it to see in your traditional systems, and that's the reason all these together are called as NoSQL databases.
right. So that means there may be a chance in future that all the DB2 or Oracle databases will be replaced with this one.
Yes, definitely, guys. Definitely down the line. Maybe not right away, but down the line
Right.
in 1 or 2 years, yes, people will definitely move on towards Hadoop.
Okay. That means this is not just only a reporting purpose
No,
to
no,
not
no.
to.
It's not only for reporting. It is for storage. It is for processing. It is for reporting. Everything, whatnot.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I got impression. Like currently, I'm working for the energy and utilities company where we get a lot of data as a meter reads from the
Oh,
you know nearly 4 million meters we have in the state. So we get meter reading for every 5 minutes. So there will be 4 million records for every 5 minutes.
very good, very
So
good.
it will
So
be a huge.
definitely, yeah, you guys will be moved on towards Hadoop. That's for sure.
Okay.
So, are you storing all that information as of today on Oracle systems?
I don't know, the metadata system maintains that data, but we don't know what database they are using.
Okay,
But
okay,
we consolidated readings from them to mainframes,
okay, got it.
like
Yeah,
the
definitely,
consolidated
guys. I
bill.
mean, one problem with your mainframe servers is maintaining them is really, really costlier.
Right.
Yeah, so definitely people will be moved on because even I started my career on mainframes, so I know how things work
Okay.
at a mainframe ends.
Okay. Good. Good. So you understand my problems
Yes,
better.
definitely. I know.
Okay.
That is the reason straight away I ask you, like, about COBOL, JCL, Rex, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Good, good. Nice, guys. Anything else, friends?
Yeah, we are.
Someone is saying something? Okay. Okay, guys, then thank you all for joining. I think people are dropping off slowly. Very good. Have a great day and hope you enjoyed the session, friends. Please do have a talk with H2K for any kind of queries you are having related to schedules and core Java contents, videos, all that stuff you will be getting off once we are done with the registrations, guys. Okay. Thank you, friends. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.